evening. Here's the news at 9. First, the highlights. Lagos State Government sets to unveil first fiscal planning summit. Nigeria Labour Congress opposes fuel hike, seeks immediate reversal. On the foreign scene, Hezbollah rocket fire in northern Israel kills couple. And in sport, Super Eagles midfielder Rafael Onyedika confident of team's success in AFCON World Cup qualifiers. Now the details. I am John Omoaka. All is set for the first edition of Lagos Fiscal Planning Summit with the theme Rethinking Lagos, New Vision for a Regional and Integrated Mega City aimed at addressing infrastructure challenges and ensuring proper implementation strategies. Speaking at a pre-event press conference at Alausa, Commissioner for Fiscal Planning and Urban Development, Oluyinka Olumide, noted that it will be an avenue to assess and review legal, financial framework, impact on socio-economic life of citizens, and encourage public-private partnership to ease the burden on government. Olumide noted that the biannual event will be mapped out in such a way that the actions taken are backed up with proper implementation plans that will be reviewed from time to time.
In the ministry, we have to continuously review our plans to ensure that we meet up with the current standards of the state in terms of decay. So this put together now led to this summit that we have that look, it's important for us to sit down again and have a rethink of exactly how we go about our plans. And these plans, you have them from the higher order to the lower order. We talk of the regional plans to the master plans and to the lower order development guides.
Earlier in a welcome address, Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Benga Omotosho, said the vision of the Ministry of Fiscal Planning and Urban Development is important and significant towards building a sustainable smart city.
All the time in Lagos State we stress fiscal planning, how important it is. People may see that in those days you just jump onto a land, begin to build a house, nobody comes to tell you what to do. But in these days of global warming, climate change, and all of the things that humanity never planned for that are now happening, it will be very nice for all of us to know the importance of fiscal planning, to respect the laws of fiscal planning, and to not display ignorance about all of these things.
The event, scheduled to hold on the 15th and 16th of October, is expected to attract professionals, international bodies, and other stakeholders. Lagos State Government has reiterated the collective participation of everyone to advocate for an improvement in school sanitation by promoting awareness campaigns in all schools across the metropolis. Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, made this known at its stakeholders interactive session on school sanitation held at the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, LCCI Conference Center, Ikeja, saying it is imperative for stakeholders to mobilize resources to address these gaps in all schools. Wahab, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Office of Environmental Services, Omobolaji Gaji, said best sanitation and hygiene practices are the foundation for healthy learning in any environment. The chairman, Local Government Service Commission, Kamal Bayewu, says the concept of local government autonomy is already well established in Lagos State, reaffirming its critical role as a driving force behind grassroots development. Bayewu noted that the concept, which has long been embraced by the state, allows for the efficient allocation of resources to critical areas, ensuring that local authorities can directly address the needs of their communities. Speaking at the year 2024 joint retreat of the Commission and the Office of Local Governments, Establishments and Training, Bayewu noted that the state's local government areas and local council development areas are already improving the quality of life for residents at the grassroots level through the promotion of sustainable development. He stated that the retreat was essential for the Commission to evaluate its past activities, identify areas that need improvement, and make realistic projections for the upcoming year. Bayewu stressed the importance of continuous staff training to ensure that local government employees are aligned with the vision of the state government. Now to the rest of the stories. The Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has decried the recent hike in the price of premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, nationwide. The union also demanded an immediate reversal of the hike, while accusing the government of only focusing on fuel price increments. The NLC, in a statement signed by its president, Joe Ajero, called on the government to inform Nigerians of the destination it plans to take the country to. Ajero knocked the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, NNPCL, for the increment. Earlier, some stations of the NNPC in Abuja raised the retail price of petrol to 1,030 naira from 897 naira per litre. The Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, has introduced a new unstructured supplementary service data USSD code *829#, designed to enhance taxpayer satisfaction and streamline tax-related services. The code was launched by FIRC Chairman Zach Adedeji at the Revenue House in Abuja as part of the 2024 Customer Service Week celebrations themed Above and Beyond. The service aims to provide easy, real-time access to essential tax information and services without the need for internet connectivity, further promoting accessibility across urban and rural areas. The FRS also unveiled its customer centricity guide, manual outlining policies, processes, and procedures aimed at placing taxpayers at the center of its operations. Adedeji highlighted the guide and the USSD code represent FRS commitment to service excellence, noting that both initiatives are designed to foster trust and encourage voluntary tax compliance. And now to foreign news. 2 civilians have been killed and several others wounded after the Lebanese armed group Hezbollah fired at least 150 rockets into northern Israel. Hezbollah said it had targeted Israeli forces in Kiryat Shoma, where most residents have evacuated after a year of cross-border fighting. Many Israelis said they wanted their military to do whatever it took to make the rocket attacks stop. Israel has gone on the offensive after almost a year of cross-border fighting sparked by the war in Gaza, saying it wants to ensure the safe return of tens of thousands of residents of Israeli border areas displaced by Hezbollah rocket, missile, and drone attacks. The military says the aim of its ground invasion, which began 9 days ago, is to destroy Hezbollah infrastructure along the border that it poses an imminent threat to Israeli communities. Now sports. Nigeria and Club Brugge midfielder Raphael Onyedika is confident that the Super Eagles will triumph over Libya in Friday's Africa Cup of Nations qualifier. The Super Eagles currently lead Group D of the 2025 AFCON qualifiers with 4 points after 2 rounds of games. Onyedika expressed optimism that the team can secure the 6 points needed to ease the path to the 2025 AFCON finals in Morocco. Nigeria is also facing a challenging situation in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, where the 3-time African champions have only amassed 3 points from 4 matches. The team currently sits in 5th place in the 6-team Group C. And that's our news at 9. But just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration constructed watchtowers with alarm bells and perimeter fences in model colleges? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. All is set for the first edition of Lagos Fiscal Planning Summit with a theme, Rethinking Lagos, New Vision for a Regional and Integrated Mega City, aimed at addressing infrastructure challenges and ensuring proper implementation strategies. The Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has described the recent hike in the price of premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, nationwide. We also tell you that 2 civilians have been killed and several others wounded after the Lebanese armed group, Hezbollah, fired at least 150 rockets into northern Israel. And in sport, Nigerian club Brugge midfielder Raphael Onyedika is confident that the Super Eagles will triumph over Libya in Friday's Africa Cup of Nations AFCON qualifier. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafolashere. I am John Omoaka. Thank you very much for listening.